gonna be giving you four, I think, I don't know, like stories that are actually true, and they're scary. Yeah, like that. Scary. Four scary true stories. Let's start. Wait. Oh my lord. And they're about clowns.
The following stories you're about to hear come from the subreddit page Let's Not Meet. Number 1. Creepy Clown. When I was a little younger, I went on a trip to Berkeley with my family. Now I live in South California, so it takes about 5 to 7 hours. So when we got to Berkeley, we were exhausted and hungry. We were in one of the poorer neighborhoods when we went to this Chinese restaurant. When we got out, we were happy and content. This is when I started looking around the area, and I spotted something. There was this guy who was sitting down at the side of the street, and he was wearing clown makeup. Me being a rude 7-year-old, decided to stare for long periods at a time. He caught me staring at him and waved. I guess I was a little behind from my family because he got up and started slowly walking towards me. He was
Like, who the freak, like, stares at a freaking clown? Like, I wouldn't. Like, if there was a clown, I would be like, I'll be normal. I'll be like, I'm a teenager. Like, get off my lawn, honey. But I don't think I would be that brave, honestly, because I'm, like, really scared of clowns. That's why I did this. Just so I can, like,
getting something from his pocket. The whole time he was smiling. I dashed off to my parents and he stopped. I asked if we could quickly get in a car and we did. He walked back to his blanket and stared at me while our car drove away. So, creepy guy with clown makeup. Let's not meet. Number 2. Why I never trust a clown. Before anything, a little backstory. I was 10 at the time and was visiting my hometown, Ecuador, for the summer. At the time, I knew just about everyone in my small little town, Alusa, and so did my parents, which is why they let me go on my own that day. Anyways, here's my encounter. Back when I was 10 years old, my family decided to take a visit to my hometown of Ecuador. We went for the summer and planned out just about our whole stay. One day, my mom and dad were getting ready to go to a wedding, and I was in the house with them. My big sister went over to a friend's house, and my other relatives had already left for the wedding. I was supposed to stay at home, alone for the duration, but I saw it was a beautiful day out, and decided to ask my mom and dad to go to a park that was no more than 2 blocks away.
it's even creepier whenever, like, you're by yourself and you see a clown. You're like, what should I do? Is this, like, for real? Like, what if the clown gets you without, like, knowing, you know? That's just creepy.
They were reluctant at first, stating that there would be nobody to take care of me. But I argued that it was a beautiful day out, and there was no way that the park would be empty. They kept getting dressed as I kept on arguing until they finally gave in. They said I could go to the park as long as I was back before dark. I agreed and ran outside to head for the park. It took me no more than 10 minutes to get there, and I was ready to make new friends and play around. But oddly enough, there was nobody else in the park.
Because there was a clown in the park.
Abandoned. Which was weird, seeing how this was one of 2 parks in the whole city. It should have been packed, but I paid no mind to it. I believe I ran over to a swing set or a slide. It was 12 years ago. I can't remember, and played around. As I played around, I suddenly heard a voice from the distance. A clown was on the other side of a gate and motioning for me to get close.
Oh yes, I know this story because I've been okay, let me tell you the story. So I was at this park, and it was at the park, and it was abandoned because there was this clown in the park. It were warning the city, and then and then I walked home because I knew that it was actually, because then I had a phone to actually do it. But yeah, I know the story.
Behind him
was a white track. Van, and he asked him for candy, and he said, "If you get in my truck, then I'll take you."
Which I had noticed before, but just thought it was a delivery truck of sorts. I slowly started walking towards the clown.
Oh my lord.
And stopped a good distance away from him. He asked me in Spanish, "Hey kid, do you like clowns?" I nodded no to him, and he gave me that clown frown, and then said, "Well, let me see if I can change that." He opened up his car, and by looking inside, I saw there was only 2 boxes, though I wasn't sure what they were filled with. And that was it. No seats, no posters, just those 2 boxes. And then complete emptiness. Being a child, I still paid no mind to it, and watched as he pulled out a deflated balloon. He wrapped his lips around the end and blew till the balloon was fully inflated. He tied the end and started to form the balloon into a balloon animal of a dog. He showed it to me and smiled. He then motioned me to come closer, to which I complied. He handed the balloon to me and said, "Do you like?" I nodded yes, this time, and gave him a little smile. He then grinned in the creepiest way possible. The grin was so creepy that even as a kid, I knew to back away a bit. The clown then said that if I wanted to see the rest of his tricks, I would have to get into the truck. I told him that the exit was on the other side of the park, and I wouldn't be able to climb the small gate. He then said the few words that haunt me to this day. "Get a little closer, and I'll carry you over. Then we can have loads of fun in my truck. Come on, kid." While saying this, he still had that creepy grin plastered across his face. I merely backed away and told him, "No, it's okay, sir." His grin turned into anger